Hello class. Let's wrap up the basic queries. Now these queries that I'm about to show you now are very important. We're going to learn about a query called drop, and this one drops a table, and then we're also going to learn about another query called truncate. Truncate, now this one clears the table, meaning that instead of deleting one row by one row, it goes and remove all the rows, and then the table remains there. So let's start by adding an extra table that we can play around and delete. So I'm going to come to table and create a table, and this table will call it invoice, or let's just call it employees. So we'll have employee number, and we can put it as an integer here. Do not allow nulls. Names of the employee with a variable character, and maybe email, also variable character. Now we've already done lessons on how do we create tables, how do we create a database, and all of these data types and the constraints for allowing nulls and not allowing nulls. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to call it employees. Okay, my table has been saved, and I'm just going to right click and press refresh here so that you can see that my table is existing right here. So here's my table. Let's go and put information inside this table. I'm going to right click, edit to top 200, and I'll just say 100. This is Tendo, email tendo@gmail.com. This is 200. This is Prudence at pro@yahoo.com, and then we'll have 300 being Lungile at lungs at hp.com. These are just random data, nothing against it. You can put your own random data as well. So there we go. We've got our table with this information. Now let's go see if this information really does exist in our table. We're going to click new query, and we're going to write our favorite statement, which is use the name of my database, select all from the name of my table, which is employees. From employees. I think this is how it's written. From employees. So if I press execute here, you will then see those results of those people that I entered: Tendo, Prudence, Lungile, their email address, and their employee numbers. Now, here is what I want to do. I want to show you the effect of a statement we call truncate first. So truncate, instead of delete, it goes and removes the whole rows, but then the table remains intact, meaning you will still have a table called employees with nothing inside. So this is useful in case you just want to clear everything in a table. Maybe you have entered wrong things and you have made a backup already, and you just want to clear the table and rectify those mistakes. This will be your favorite statement. So we'll come here, we'll press new query, we'll write use the name of my database. There we go. And then we'll say truncate table. It's important that you write it like this: truncate table employees. That's all it does. So if you press execute, even the message is different. It no longer says one row has been affected. it says command completed successfully. So if you go back here and you try to see what is really inside this employees now, you execute again, you will see that we don't have any data at all. So the data from this table called employees has been wiped out. So please be careful when you are using this statement called truncate. The last statement we want to talk about is a statement called drop. Now drop actually removes the table from your database. So what happens is that let's create a new query, and then we'll say use the name of my table, my database. Can't find it. There we go. And then we'll say drop table, and then you mention the name of the table. It's called employees. So if you execute this one and it says command completed successfully, you must know that that table no longer exists. How are we sure that it doesn't exist? If we come here and say execute this, we will now have an error to say employee, it's an object which is invalid. How sure else are we to see? We'll right click on tables and we'll press, because currently you can see that employees is already here, but if you press refresh, employees would have disappeared because of this statement called drop table. Now the drop table means just that we don't have that table anymore. We are removing it. And please bear in mind that the truncate only removes data within the table but keeps the table, meaning you can still go back and add more data within that table.